My name is Alan Jones. I work for Hendra Limited, which is the parent of a group of housing associations in South Wales. I'm currently acting as the chair of the QL user group, and we're here today for one of the summer user group meetings.
Basically, this is the main user group. We have a series of regional user groups which are held in places like Scotland, London, North West, South East, etc. But twice a year we actually meet as a main user group. So normally one in January, normally one in the actual summer.
The purpose of these sessions is really to know what others are doing, what problems others have had, how they've resolved them, how others are using the system to get the most out of it. And it's an ideal opportunity to let Aareon know what we as users want the system to do and where they should be going with the system.
Well, today's about updating on where things are up to with QL, talking about some of the issues people have, what's coming out in the new releases, what enhancements people have asked for, and then there's a number of sessions on special interests that people break out and talk about where things are up to and discuss what problems or solutions people have found.
Generally, the sessions are quite good in that customers do interact with the staff. They ask questions, so it's not always the Aareon staff standing at the front and verbalising things to the customer. When they ask questions, it makes us think and we get results.
Well, hopefully the people who are attending today should get quite a lot of information out of it. I think that the information should be two-way. It's both information coming from the company to the users of the system, but it's also equally important to get feedback sessions ourselves.
It's a chance to get feedback from the customers to see what they think about what we're doing. Sometimes they have compliments they want to pay you, sometimes they have sort of little pointers they want to give you where things haven't gone as you could expect, but they just want to sort of help you out so you can move forward. It's trying to be part of a team really with the customers and to everybody get the best use out of the time and the product.
I think Aareon do listen to what the users are saying. It's a good way of getting those experiences from the users. It's not just a paper exercise, it is a sit and listen exercise. I mean, we've only been on QL for 12 months, but I think we've contributed into the way some things have changed or potentially how things will change going forward.
You learn as much from customers as they learn from you, even when you're doing training. The questions that they ask make you think about something in a slightly different way, so it's all about keeping your ears open.
We've got other parties here who are showing what they can add to the actual proceedings as well. So we've just had a presentation from Aareon talking about the data stores that they've actually got and how they could be useful and can actually be loaded into QL.
Well, obviously this is a QL user group, so these are people who are using the software on a day-to-day basis, but as Aareon is a data and analytics company, that has quite a nice overlay because our data can feed into that software and really help to drive outcomes for the users and for the housing association. So it's a great opportunity for us really to talk about some of the things we do around fraud, around collections and around customer insight.
I think part of the deal is actually it's not the sessions themselves that are important. It's actually the coffee breaks, it's the lunch times, it's the evenings, and particularly with the two-day user group sessions, the value will come from the meal and the evening sessions and the talking and the connections, and so it's that kind of networking that I think really puts the value into it, I think, for most of us anyway.
I think some of the benefits of attending a user group like this is to meet the Aareon representatives, but also to meet the other users and just really have the opportunity to share the information, share the ways in which we use the system at the moment.
Another benefit from a customer's point of view is that they can network with other customers working in the same sector, share experiences, share best practices and also share issues as well. Often a customer will think it's only them that's got the problem, they'll come to something like this. It's discussed more openly and they kind of feel better that it's not just them sometimes.
There are a lot of new customers coming on board all the time, so these are ideal opportunities for those new customers to get to meet existing customers and the Aareon staff themselves.
There's also the opportunities to sort of catch up with some of the older Aareon users that have been coming to the user groups for the past number of years like ourselves. It's always interesting to see how other organisations have changed over the years and how we all respond to the different challenges.
In the breakout sessions that are being held this afternoon, people look more closely at the individual areas that they are interested in.
Yeah, we've got 3 sessions this afternoon. There's one to do with reporting, there's one to do with welfare reform and how you can implement some of the parts of that act within QL. And there's also one to do with human resources and payroll and personnel.
With a lot of the changes to welfare reform and universal credit coming in, there's been a couple of sessions looking at how the users see Aareon developing the product to help them manage welfare reform and universal credit.
We've discussed some of the things that have worked around welfare reform and QL and what hasn't, and Aareon have given us an update on what they're doing next around welfare reform within QL.
At the end of the day, we are all providing a very similar service, trying to deal with the same problems, same challenges. And the more people who attend, the more different opinions, ideas that are shared, the better we can all be, and the stronger the Aareon software is.
It's going from strength to strength, and we see that it will continue to do so, but it's actually down to users now to really push that forward and tell us which direction they want it to go. We're quite happy to support in any way that we can, but it is about making it really live and work for everyone. It's to everybody's benefit, and it makes us a much stronger group together.